Let's go live now to Andrea Florence. She's the director of the Sports and Rights Alliance. That's a coalition of organizations promoting human rights through sport. Very good to have you with us tonight on BBC News. I just want to ask you, first of all, what you think of this decision by FIFA and why you think it's going to be problematic, not only for the sport, but also for fans.
So by awarding the 2034 World Cup to Saudi Arabia without meaningful protection, FIFA today has decided both to ignore our warnings, but also to disregard its own human rights policy. There is no shortage of evidence of migrant workers being exploited and subject to racism, activists sentenced to decades in prison, women and LGBTI people facing legalized discrimination, and residents forcibly evicted to make way for projects. And in 2017, actually, FIFA accepted it had clear responsibilities by adding human rights to its statutes. But by pursuing today's decision, regardless of the known risks, FIFA will bear heavy responsibility for much of what follows. Fans don't want to sit in stadiums that migrant workers died to build.
It is some time between now and 2034 when this World Cup takes place. And Saudi Arabia has said it will put in place measures to make sure that migrant workers are protected. It has also said that anyone is welcome, that LGBTQ plus fans who arrive will be welcome as well. Do you think that there is then room for Saudi Arabia to host this in a way that is in line with what your organization believes?
We have 10 years from now until the moment where Saudi Arabia will host the World Cup. Fundamental human rights reforms are hugely required and urgently required in Saudi Arabia, or the World Cup will inevitably be tarnished by exploitation, discrimination, and repression. As a coalition of civil society organizations and trade unions working to raise the bar for sport and human rights, we at the Sport and Rights Alliance renew our commitment and solidarity with Saudi Arabia's population and migrant workers, women, LGBTI population, and journalists inside and outside the country traveling to cover the World Cup. So Saudi Arabia currently has a broad anti-terrorism law that is used to silence dissent with harsh penalties, including executions. No independent media exists, with journalists facing censorship, repression, and imprisonment.
What will you and the members of your organization, your alliance, be doing from now until then to fight for some of these issues?
We will definitely stand like we did before even the award, highlighting the potential risks. The Saudi population undoubtedly deserves to experience the joy that an international sports event can bring. But this cannot come at any price. It must go in hand with measures that guarantee the rights that their government continues to deny them.